and welcome to the Extra Mile. I'm Linda Boudreau. Today we're talking about the Women's Health Expo 2011, and to tell us about it are Rose Hoffman, CORMIER, and BREEZY, ROURK. They are both with the Women's Foundation, so welcome both of you.
Thank you.
And this is, how many years have we had the Women's Health Expo now? I was trying to remember that.
It's actually our 10th year.
Wow, it's hard to believe. It's
Yes,
gone by
ma'am.
fast.
Yes, ma'am.
What is it? After 10 years, what is it?
Well, our Women's Health Expo is an annual event educating, honoring, and recognizing women in the Lafayette and Acadiana community. And we are collaborating with the Lafayette Commission on the Needs of Women, Faith House, and the Zonta Club of Lafayette to provide events honoring women in their work in the community.
Okay, so that's it kind of in a nutshell. That's really what we're talking about today. Why do we want to honor women in our community anyway?
Well, there's so many women that do a lot in our community, and one of the ways in which they're being honored is through the Lafayette Commission on the Needs of Women, Women of Excellence Awards. And these women, they're not just the women who are with the big corporations. This can be a woman that is a volunteer in a neighborhood that could possibly win their Women of Excellence Award. That could be a woman, a nurse. It could be someone that works for the government. It's just, it's the best thing because it's not just awarding those women that we hear about all the time. It's really honoring the everyday woman.
So this is not our headliners. These are those quiet people.
It can be the quiet people, but it can be also some of the headliners.
Okay. So we got a mix in
Yes,
here.
yes.
Okay.
But the whole idea behind the Women's Health Expo is we want to help educate women, and also at the same time work with these organizations who do a lot of good in our community.
Okay. So Breezy, what do you do as the Community Education Program Coordinator? What is all that involving with the Women's Foundation?
Well, I contact different businesses around Lafayette to see if they would be willing to be involved in our Women's Health Fair.
Okay.
And that is going to be at the Mall of Acadiana this year, which they are also sponsoring our Health Expo. We'll have different booths, including spinal analysis, glucose testing, blood pressure, bone density, and vision screening. And we'll also have a fashion show this year that's going to be towards the end of our event, which is from 3:30 to 4 o'clock, which is going to include different stores.
Yeah,
Different merchants in the mall. Yeah.
Right.
It's just a little half an hour show, but it's going to be
Right.
a wonderful fashion show.
So who are our models going to be?
Well, that's a surprise.
Yes.
I want to know.
Oh no, it's definitely going to be
Okay,
a
then
surprise.
if you weren't going to go anyway, go now so you can find out who the models are.
That's
gonna be.
right.
Yes,
That's
definitely.
right. But you know, besides the health fair and the work that Breezy has done for the whole Women's Health Expo, because she is in charge of this program, and contacting people about being part of our health fair, she also does all of the educational programs at the Women's Foundation, along with one of my other coworkers. So maybe you could tell them a little bit about the programs that we offer at the Women's Foundation
Sure.
that you're involved with.
Yes, we have our Body Talk program that is for boys and girls. We have Body Talk for ages 9 to 11, Beyond Body Talk for ages 12 to 14.
Now, before you go any further,
Yes,
what is
ma'am.
Body Talk and Beyond Body Talk? What are those programs about?
Well, the Body Talk class explains how your body is growing and what changes to expect during puberty. And then our Beyond Body Talk class explains the male and female anatomy and how the reproductive system works, and basically what you're going to go through as you age. And then also we have our Sex, Truth, and Consequence class, which is for ages 15 to 18. And the content includes male and female anatomy and physiology, sexual reproduction, and we also cover sexually transmitted diseases.
Which young people really do need to know all of that.
Definitely.
It's an
Are they
important
well
topic.
attended?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We usually have full classes
And when do you offer them?
throughout the year.
Yes.
And we
Okay.
also have outreach where we go to schools and present this information.
Yes, it's been an excellent program. We've been doing the whole Body Talk series for about 17 or 18 years now.
Yeah.
And
You almost have a generation trained, huh?
we actually have. We are having people come back and they're starting to bring their children. So
Yeah.
it's really been very interesting.
Wow, that's
and everybody's really pleased with the programs. they're not only learning, the children aren't just learning, it's the parent learning at the same time the child does, at least in the first 2 classes
Yes.
that we offer.
Do the parents sit in too?
Yes.
They sit in for the body talk and beyond body talk.
Okay, which
Yes.
probably is good for them because they didn't know exactly how they were going to have that body
Right.
talk.
That's right, that's right. And we have separate classes for girls with their parent and separate classes for boys. And sometimes the dads are learning for the first time, right? Am I correct
Yes,
in that?
and-
Yes.
Learning.
Oh, learning about
How-
puberty and
right,
the
how
changes.
to talk to their child about the
Yes.
changes that they'll see.
Yes.
Well, because I guess dads never geared up
No,
for it. I
no.
had never thought about that, but there you go.
Yes.
Is there a fee for that?
Yes, ma'am. It's $30 for a family.
So if you have 2 kids,
Well, if they're in the body talk age group, the 9 to 11, if there's 2 in that age group, it would be $30 for the family. That includes the parent.
okay.
If you have one in the 9 to 11 year
Right.
range, one in the 12 to 14, then
That's
that would be
different.
2
Right,
separate.
because
Yes.
those are 2 different classes.
Right.
Yes.
But we charge $30 for the first 2 classes, and then it's $15, I believe,
sex, truth,
for
and
sex, truth, and
consequences,
consequence. It's just the teen by themselves in
Mhm.
that particular class.
And that's what I'm wondering. Do teens come?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Oh yeah. Of course, the younger ones. Don't you think that we probably have a lot
We do.
more?
Well, mom and dad are going to bring
Yeah,
the younger ones.
that's right.
You know, the teens, it's like they're going to have to get interested. So, and are those offered for the most part over at the Women's Foundation, or are they
Yes,
school-based?
ma'am.
Mostly at the Women's
Mostly at
Foundation?
Women's Foundation.
Yes.
Okay.
We-
And do you help coordinate all that?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's a lot to keep up with. What other programs do you have, Breezy?
We also have a new program called Tweens Teens with Life Choices, and it is based off of the book The Six Most Important Decisions You'll Ever Make by Sean Covey.
Mm-hmm.
And it covers decisions like school, friends, parents, dating, addictions, and self-worth. It's a wonderful program. We started our pilot program last summer, and then this summer we've had 2 classes already that have been full.
Wow.
Yes, and this particular program we only offer to girls right now, 12 to
Yes.
14. But if all goes well, and correct me if I'm wrong, Breezy, I think that in the future, if it goes well, they may even do one for boys one day.
We would love to expand to boys.
Would it be a different content for boys?
I don't think so.
In-
I mean,
In a way, but it's basic issues that teens go through in middle school and somewhat of high school.
How long do these programs last?
TLC is for 2 days, and it's from 9 a.m. to 3:30.
Okay. And what is the fee for that one?
$60.
Okay, so it's $30 a day. It works
Mhm.
out just
Yes,
fine.
ma'am.
and then you can pre-register for any of our classes on the
Yes.
website, which is womensfoundation.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you do those, that's kind of what you do all year long, and then when it
Yes,
comes
ma'am.
time for the Women's Health Expo, then you just
Mhm.
kind of get busy with that.
Mhm.
Is
And,
that right?
and then there's one more class,
We-
the
Oh, there-
the babysitting class.
Yes, we
Oh,
have a
and that's a
safe
big
sitter.
one. I
Yes,
forgot.
yes.
Sorry, guys.
And that's usually in the holidays. We have that over the summer and Christmas time. And teens learn what to do when a child chokes, safety for a sitter, how to prevent and manage injuries, and infant and child CPR. It's a 2-day class for safe sitter, and that's for ages 11 to 13, and the fee is $60. And then we also have a teen safe sitter, and that's for 1 day, and it's for ages 14 to 16, and that's $45 per teen.
And you give a certificate when they finish.
Yes.
And yeah, I think we tell parents if you're looking for a babysitter, it wouldn't hurt to ask if they have a certificate
Right.
from the Women's
Yes.
Foundation.
That's right.
Because those are skills that would come in very handy.
Definitely.
And these are all programs, except for the TLC, that you've had for quite some time. Am
Yes,
I right?
Yes, yes. The babysitting class is probably about 7 or 8 years old, and it is for girls and boys.
Right.
Yes.
And boys
Oh.
do babysit.
Yes,
Yes.
they do. They do. You know, and then of course we always have our health information center,
And that's where you
which
are.
is what I take care of, and it's our free video pamphlet library on health topics available for the community. Each month we have a particular health topic that I talk about on TV and also send out to the newspapers and the radios.
Which is why everyone in Lafayette knows your face.
Well, maybe, I guess so. And so, you know, it's if anyone needs information on a health topic, they have a health problem or concern, or they want information on a diet of some sort, we can either send them a pamphlet, it's free, on that particular health topic, or we can research it for them on our special database, and we can mail that out to them at their home.
You know, with all the access that we have with the internet now, are people calling as much, or because they're getting like different, like sketchy information, and they're wanting something
Yes,
a little
they're
more in depth?
they're actually not calling as much, but I can guarantee them that the information that we give them is definitely up to date and accurate information. A lot of places that you can go on the internet and research looking for a particular health topic, you have to be careful because some people can create their own website and then talk about that particular health topic, and it might not be real accurate.
Right.
But we have a special database from the Gale Group, and it's one that sometimes you see at libraries, and so the information is definitely accurate. And then, of course, the pamphlets that we give out are through patient education companies, so it's very good information. But, you know, people are doing some of their own work now, but there's a lot of people that still don't have internet or don't have a computer, or they just don't know how to do it, and we will be happy to do the information, get the information for them, and that's completely free, the Health Information
I'm
Center.
just sitting here thinking, and you know, it's all free, and so why would you not, even if you're going to look it up because you're anxious and you just want to know
That's
real
right.
quick, why would you not check out the accuracy of what you looked up with free information?
That's
that you
correct,
know is
yes,
current?
yes.
So that's what we can do.
Definitely,
And plus, we use her pamphlets in our programs.
yes.
So there's a kind of a meshing
Yes.
between the information and the programs that you have.
Most definitely.
What else goes on over at the Women's Foundation? You have some medical education?
Yes, we do continuing medical education for physicians and nurses throughout the state of Louisiana. We are approved to give CME credits, and we actually do the big statewide American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists meeting and the statewide American Academy of Pediatric meeting. So we do that, and we do some other programs along with Our Lady of Lourdes and Lafayette General, some smaller programs just for their particular physicians.
Okay.
And we also have nursing scholarships available for
know
students
that.
that are going back to school at UL and at LSUE. So we've been doing that for many, many years. But you know, the whole focus right now, of course, is our Women's Health Expo.
Right.
We're very excited about that. The dates are October 7th and 8th, and then October 19th and 20th.
So it's not like it used to be where you had something every week of the month.
Right,
and
right.
This is going to be a little easier to manage. I used to get a
Yes.
little
Oh,
dizzy.
yes.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
so- Okay.
It was.
What week is it? Where am I supposed to?
That's right.
Yeah.
But you know, we're starting out on Friday, October 7th, with the Lafayette Commission on the Needs of Women. They're doing their 17th annual Women of Excellence Awards.
17 years already.
Yes, and because it's their 35th anniversary, the commission, they're doing their particular event at night.
Because it's usually a luncheon.
It's usually a luncheon, and this is going to be from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Frem-Bustani Convention Center, and they're going to honor 10 women in Acadiana. The nominations have already gone in, and they are in the selection process right now. They'll be picking 3 winners in the business industry professional area, 3 in the nonprofit area, and 3 in the public service area. And then they will give a Founders Award,
Right.
which is normally given to someone who has had a lifetime of achievement in our area. But the great thing about like I said, this program and these awards is that it honors the woman that maybe is the head of a corporation, all the way to that woman who is a volunteer in her neighborhood or in her school. So it's an excellent program.
And we're able to see kind of, I guess, a cross-section of women as they impact their
Yes.
communities and the lives of people around them.
Right. So we've been working with them for, 10 years, since we started the Women's Health Expo.
So that was the first partnership,
That was the
wasn't it?
Yes.
first one, yes.
Because the Women's Health Expo, although it is a Women's Foundation initiative, really is built on partnerships.
Oh, definitely, yes, yes. And this year, the Mall of Acadiana is part of that partnership, that
See,
overall
it
partnership.
just keeps growing.
Yes.
But before we get off the commission, because again, I'm not sure everyone knows what the Lafayette Commission on the Needs of Women is. And Rose, you're a former member and a
Yes.
former president, so
Right. It's an organization that was started many years ago due to President Kennedy's initiative. Actually, he started a commission for women when he was president. And then eventually Lafayette had the Mayor's Commission on the Needs of Women through Kenny
Kenny
Bowen.
Bowen, yeah.
And then the name has been changed to Lafayette Commission on Needs of Women for some time now. And they do a lot of things in the community to help women. They have a resource directory for women and children that they put out that lists all these different organizations that could, and government agencies that could be of help to women and their families. They do the Women of Excellence Awards for many years, 17 years.
Right.
And we've done the Run Girl Run I say we because I was part of the commission.
Right.
Run Girl Run program started out as a program where we would get some people together to talk about the possibility of running for office.
Right.
Yes.
Putting women in political
Yes.
office.
So there's a number of things that the Lafayette Commission has done and continues to do.
Okay.
And some of their sponsors, can I mention their
You
sponsors
can.
for their
You
commission
can.
for their particular event? We're one of the sponsors, of course, along with the Daily Advertiser, Face Magazine, Lowry's Printing and Copying, and the Susan Theophor Judge Campaign. The tickets are $35, and you do need to purchase them through the Hyman Performing Arts Center.
I guess the other point I want to make is, normally people go, they're supporting the woman, they're a winner, that
Yes,
kind of thing.
yes.
But it doesn't just have to be that. Anybody that wants to support women, the excellent work that women do,
That's right.
can go to this function
Right.
and enjoy it and kind of see who we're honoring and meet them.
Oh, definitely. And we have a large group that does attend each year, and we're hoping for more this year because it is at night.
Yeah.
And then the Women's Foundation, we give a Care and Concern Award.
Yes.
And actually, you want to just mention about the Care and Concern, who's going to be getting, it's still?
Can we announce it?
No, it probably
it's
is a
just
Probably
surprise.
best if we don't.
But it has been determined,
It has
we
been
can say
determined,
that.
yes,
Thank you.
ma'am.
And the Care and Concern Award is what?
It's an award that the Women's Foundation started, I think it was 10 years ago. And what we do is we pick an organization that has the same ideas of helping women and their families as we do. And so over the years, we've honored Faith House, we've honored, I don't want to get from the Family Tree, and there's a nonprofit organization that has been honored each year, and they get a beautiful a beaded award
Yeah, it's a
from
piece of
Angie
art.
Reel.
Yes,
It's a piece of art.
Okay.
So, but that's the Women of Excellence Award, and she mentioned about the health fair that would be having on Saturday, October 8th,
Yes.
at the Mall of Acadiana, and that's
From
going to be 12.
12 to 4 p.m.
Okay. Oh, so it's just for 4 hours?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yes, ma'am. And then
Okay.
the fashion shows from 3:30 to 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I
Right.
think that sounds like, with surprise models, by the way,
Yes.
so I think that
Yes.
sounds like fun.
And then, of course, the Wednesday, October 19th, is we're working with the Zonta Club of Lafayette for Saves the Tatas art bra event, where you can decorate bras, and then they are auctioned off at their particular event. So,
And this is an amazing event.
Yes.
I mean, if you haven't seen it, you need to go,
Yes.
because it's fun and it's creative.
mhm. Well, we're pleased. This is the first year that we're working with them on this. We've worked with Zonta Club for a Status of Women
Right.
breakfast, but we're so excited, more excited about this event. And you want to mention to her where the proceeds will go for their event, and where it's going to be happening, and the price and everything like that.
Because this is open to the public. I mean,
Right.
you can go.
Well, it will be at 6 p.m. at Abacus Restaurant, and it's a live and silent auction. And if you'd like an idea of what Save the Tatas is all about, you can visit their website, and that's www.zontalafayette.org.
And they have pictures of, I think, probably last year's bras, but they are.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing. Some are funny, some are
It's a
beautiful.
lot of
It's
fun.
not like what you would think of. And what are they going to use the money for?
The money's going to be going to the Institute of Breast Health and the Zonta Club of Lafayette scholarships.
So-
And the charge for this one is $40 at the door, and it's sponsored by Zonta Club of Lafayette, of course, Women's Foundation, and also F&M Bank.
Okay. So more and more of these groups are getting sponsorships and really
yes.
expanding the scope.
Right. And then the final thing, real quick, is the Faith House Luncheon. And what is the theme this year?
A Charmed Life.
A Charmed
A
Life.
charmed life. What an interesting
Yes.
theme for Faith House.
Now, this is actually a by invitation only event, so
Right.
we just wanted to let everyone know that there was an event going on that Faith House was putting on. It's mostly for women who they're interested in getting to volunteer or help out Faith House.
I guess to back this whole thing up, why October? why the Women's Foundation? Well, I mean, there are lots of things in October, right? It's like Domestic Violence Awareness Month, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. October is like a month for lots of things.
A lot of things really associated with women. And I think part of it, the reason that we started in October is because of that. And at the same time, we are working with the Mall of Acadiana, so we also want to have it at a time where it doesn't disrupt we're getting ready to go back to
Holiday
school and the
season,
holiday
yes.
time. So that's why October has, there's two reasons, because we know there's so many other events going on for women that month. We think it's a great time to have it. And the fact that we have to pretty much work with the mall about, when we can also schedule it out at the mall.
So the expo has always been at the mall?
Yes. So we actually started out at, I believe, the Holodome at one point, where back then we had a keynote speaker for a big event. But it has really changed so much now, and most of the events used to be at our office for our educational programs. That we're not doing that this year, but the others were always at various restaurants. So, but anyway, if anyone is interested in more information, they can call us at 988-18116. They can talk to Breezy, or they can go to our website, which is womensfoundation.com.
Okay. I'm going to kind of back it up again,
Sure.
because I just think that it's important that we wonder, I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, all this is for women and all this is important stuff, but why the focus? I mean, we have Women's Foundation, we have the Women's Expo. What is it about educating women and honoring women as opposed to men or the community at large? What's going on here?
Well, I think really women are the ones that make the healthcare decisions for the entire family. They're the ones that make the doctor appointments. They're the ones that get the medications. They're in charge of taking care of the families. And we want to make sure that we take care of the women.
Okay.
So, it's time that that they have events that they can go to and feel good about themselves and feel good about other women and what they're going through.
Okay. So the Health Expo, it's open-ended then, I'm thinking, right?
Yes, it's
Breezy?
open to the public.
So what, if I'm at the mall that day, I can just come by and
Yes,
go to the
ma'am.
various booths? And you mentioned some of the earlier vendors, but what's gonna happen? What am I gonna find? What kind of tests am I gonna be able to get?
Well, we have spinal analysis, glucose testing, blood pressure testing. We're also going to have educational information on breast health, back pain management. Anything that you may be concerned about, we'll most likely have it. And we're going to have up to 35 booths this year.
I was gonna ask how many vendors you're expecting to have out there that day.
And
Yes,
then
ma'am.
United Blood Service, they're going to be there, I
Yes,
believe.
they'll be there.
They're going to do a blood drive that day too.
Okay, so there's really a lot that
A lot going on, and that's a free event. So we definitely want everybody to come out to that event.
And I guess a lot of people just catch it while they're at the mall, huh? Is
Yes.
that the reason to have it at the mall rather than
Oh,
say
yes,
at
yes,
your office?
yes. And I think we're going to have, it's going to be in more than one area this year.
Yes, it's going to be in the Macy's and Dillard's Wings.
Oh, that's smart. Because, otherwise people are going to just get part of it. They're not going to get the whole thing.
That's right.
So what do you think people need to know just kind of about the Women's Foundation or about the special events in October?
Well, the Women's Foundation is all about education. And their whole concern is taking care of the total well-being of women and their families, which includes their children and their husbands or significant others. So, their Women's Foundation is all about making sure everyone gets education as far as health education is concerned. We want to do our little part for our community by doing the programs that we do, having the Health Information Center. And then the Women's Health Expo, one of the themes for it is nurture yourself, body, mind, and spirit. We want women to come honor other women. We want them to learn about their own health, and we also want them to feel good about themselves. So,
What do you think it takes to get women to slow down enough to nurture themselves, mind, body, and spirit?
well, we probably couldn't answer that question. Well, we're slowing down a little bit, right, Linda?
We are.
Right. What's the answer to that? I mean, do you
Breezy?
have that, Breezy? I mean,
I guess just take a deep breath.
there you go.
Because we put things out there. We invest a lot of energy and time in putting these events on. they matter very much, but what we need people to go.
Yes.
You
Oh,
know,
definitely.
we need people to participate.
Mhm.
For the Women of Excellence, we need people to nominate.
That's
We need them
right.
to go to the awards banquet. We need them to go save the tatas.
Yes,
We need them to
yes.
go to the Health Expo.
Yes.
Otherwise, what good is it?
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
So, move on.
Yes.
So the last 30 seconds, Rose, what's your people to, how do you want to close this well?
I just want
dates again.
to make sure that everybody understands that the Women's Health Expo is going to be going on October 7th and 8th, and also the 19th and 20th. We have a little bit of space in between this year, but
I
it's going
like
to be
that.
excellent programs,
I
and
like that.
Breezy has done an excellent job.
Way to go, Breezy. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching The Extra Mile.